Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another trade recap. Today was really tricky for me for some reason. Today was PPI and unemployment claims, which both came out really hot. I mean, PPI was like double the forecasted, and then unemployment claims was also way above the forecasted. I'm pretty sure. Pull up Forex Factory real quick and check. If y'all give me one sec. See, today's Thursday. So yeah, we had PPI. Forecasted 0.2%, actual was 0.4%, previous was 0.3. Then unemployment claims forecasted was 221K, actual was 242K, and previous was 225. So, yeah, they all came in pretty hot. And so, yeah, I mean, based off of that, I was looking for shorts, and I did end up entering short. Um, I took two break evens and one loss today, which is like, I don't know, it's whatever. Cause like I've been managing these trades very tight this month just because of how rangy like intraday has been and how tight these ranges have been. So I've been managing these trades, and then like I said, two break evens, pretty much just like very break even slash small loss, so it doesn't really affect like the P&L or risk factor that much. So I do think that's still too many trades today. I clearly wasn't I just clearly wasn't like in tune with the markets, and so after getting the second break even, I should just kind of stopped trading for the day and just called it what it is. But now I took one more pretty bad trade, so yeah, I mean, it's just I feel like if you were patient today, then you would have been able to catch some pretty clean moves, and I almost did catch a good move. Like literally, play was clearly longs. Like I mean, you can see on Spy, we had a pretty big trap, which I was a part of actually. That was my break-even trade. I'll explain on the charts later, but yeah, a pretty big trap. And then once I realized what was happening, I entered in longs. But then like we had this huge rejection off this area I had marked out, and so I got out at break even and switched to shorts, and then we just kind of got fried. So yeah, not my best moments today, but I don't know, man. Like I said, if you're patient today, you probably were able to catch some pretty good moves, but for me, I really wasn't. First trade we took hit a little over 1-to-1, and I kind of am realizing that like these trades that I'm taking, we're not gonna be able to hit like at least this month we're not gonna be able to hit those amount of like points or amount of ticks that we usually were looking for, because of how tight the ranges are in the markets most of the time, at least during December. So we've already downsized a lot, and if we start trying to take 1-to-1s, I don't know, that'll affect the strategy kind of, because strategy kind of is more of like a risk reward based strategy, because the win rate is, well, usually it's like 50 to 60, potentially high 40%. This month it's like way less because we've just been getting flamed. But yeah, anyways, with all that background information from today, let's go ahead and move over to the charts. I'll catch you guys over there. Alright, you guys, so yeah, we're back. Like I said, unfortunate how today played out. Originally, the trade I took, my stop was, um, where was it? I'm pretty sure, maybe up here. I don't exactly remember. I had it at a 2-to-1, so it must have been somewhere around here. And yeah, I mean, like I said, PPI and unemployment claims came out. I'm pretty sure this was the candle. We've kind of had this just whatever. And so I have my area marked out. We had a big rejection at open. We basically just completely rejected. We had a little bit of chop, but sellers kept pushing price down, so I took some shorts. We cleared a little over 1-to-1 here, and then in classic SPY or ES fashion, we had this stuff here happen, and then yeah, it was like somewhere around this candle that I was like, yeah, we're done. Got out, small loss, break even, whatever. Wherever, I don't know, probably somewhere around here. But anyways, yeah, got out. And like, I liked this inversion sort of play here, and then also, I thought, so basically I thought shorts were gonna come down to, what was it, 604 on SPY. Instead they came down to 605, and then we had this huge buy pressure, or this huge buy candle that took everything out. So I switched to longs, and like, I switched to longs, and I was anticipating a break with stops somewhere down here, but yeah, I mean, and we were obviously clearly we were running, but we had a big rejection off of my area again, so I was just like, must have gone in, because I got it out like right above break even, so it must have been something more like that. But anyways, we had this huge rejection, and so I took stops, and I just got out and switched to shorts, and then you can see it just played out really poorly, and so yeah, the actual loss was just like something like this. It wasn't something that I'm happy with, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we got a rejection again off of our area, but like, after this, guys, like, we broke this initial sort of resistance, I guess, and then like we had one more rejection that just got bought up, and it's pretty clear that we were gonna continue trending up. And I was just like, today I just wasn't like, I don't know, I just wasn't with it, you know what I mean? Again, there's another day where it's like, if we measure, you know, we're not even in 100 tick range, from top to bottom, 80 ticks. So yeah, today's price action, it was just very trappy. Like, I feel like if you were patient enough to really wait, and if you had your areas like marked out, and you had a specific area you wanted to see get tapped before entering buys, I feel like you would have been able to catch this clean move. And I almost did catch it. I just kept second guessing myself. Like, I really wanted to make sure I managed my trades this month, because like I said, the ranges have been pretty tight. The price action has been choppy and trappy, so it's like, it's a little bit harder to kind of tell if like a trade you're in is going to really run like how you think it is, or if you're just gonna hit like a low R to R and then get reversed on. So yeah, and then like the other thing is, like, the data today came in really hot, so I figured that would be an incentive for the sell-off. But also, I guess if like people are thinking that means that rate cuts are coming, then I can see where people would be wanting to buy in. So it's just kind of tricky, you know what I mean? Whenever you try to mix these fundamentals with the TA, and then you kind of just have this like chop at the open, you know, you kind of are able to see, you know, sellers want price to go down, but once we tap into this area, there's just too many buyers, they just take control, and then you just kind of have this little rangy, trappy PA that, like, I don't know, I couldn't really hit a good R to R, at least quickly. Like, it's already 8:30, so the market's been open for 2 hours, and we still haven't really, like, yeah, unless we like fucking caught longs like right over here somehow, then we could catch like a pretty good R to R. But, you know, that's really not enough confirmation, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, you know, didn't trade very well today. Fortunately, we were able to keep the losses very small. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we could probably we can probably have like a day where we trend upward. It's just like, it just takes so long for it to happen. I feel like I've been used to, like, these past couple months, I've really been used to like the idea of like the second 30-minute candle of the day kind of dictating which direction price will go, and it kind of did. But like, we had a flip of the second 30-minute candle at the very end, and that's where I entered my longs after we had this huge wick down, and like we just flipped it, you know what I mean? So that was pretty even the 30-minute pro, like look at the 30 minute, it's just barcoding, kind of. But yeah, it's nice, like I like the long play I took, and I don't mind the short play that I took. But I kind of realized that like this month we're just gonna have to be so much more patient with the trades we take. Probably mostly take bullish trades because honestly, shorts have just, it's been very hard to catch a clean day with shorts. Most of the time you'll just kind of get trapped or chopped or, yeah, I mean, there have been a couple of days, obviously, here and there, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, PA during AM sesh has been questionable. I haven't really been having too clean moves during AM sesh, you know what I mean? And like that's just kind of how I've been seeing it. Like I said, like this chop is pretty crazy. Like this was a little trap, and then like like in hindsight, it's easy to read. Like trap off this area, and then we continue pushing up. But while I was trading it, I did have my areas kind of wrong. Like I said, I thought we would tap into 604 on SPY, or at least 604.50. Once we hit 605, or not even 605, like 605 and some change, that's when we kind of introduced a lot of buyers to the equation. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, whenever you expect price to go down, it kind of just goes up. So yeah, like I said, I could have been a lot more patient today. I could have really tried to, like, I feel like every day it is the same thing. Like I could have been a lot more patient every day. Like, cause like I said, I feel like AM sesh has kind of not really been it, and then like start of PM sesh is when we start to really see like the direction that we're going, or like the ending of AM sesh. Like if we marked out AM sesh, it would just be kind of this chop, and then like yeah, we could have caught these longs. Had this area marked out that wasn't really respected that well. I mean, off open it was, but that wasn't enough to actually reach our full TP. And then yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, we could try and trade a breakout right now, but like, one, we've already taken the loss for the day, but also it's like, do we really think that price is gonna run like a significant amount, you know what I mean, like to where it would be worth it? Or like just with just how small these ranges have been that we've been in like every day, I feel like it'd just be too late, you know what I mean? It's like I don't know. Like I said, right here, that's when we had this huge rejection. I thought that potentially shorts could still be a play, but obviously after like 3 candles takes out like 1, 2, 3, 4, like however much this is of like sell-off, it's kind of like you gotta treat it as an inversion. And like I don't know. Obviously if we had held instead of getting out of break even on our longs, we potentially might have been able to catch a, what's it called? Might have been able to catch a decent trade. I don't know, man. Price has been tough, it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those days where it's like you have to be extra patient. You have to really have your areas like marked out, and you have to really kind of have like a good idea of what you think is gonna happen. Because like, bro, like I said, data came in hot. Obviously, like price doesn't react to data like the second. You know what I mean? Except for like the fucking candle that it opens on, but like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's one of those things where you really don't see the effects until like a couple of days, maybe a week, maybe a month out, you know what I mean? So yeah, and you know what, like I'm not really upset about some of the trades I took today. I'm just I feel like either we should have stuck with the longs or we should have just not traded, because like these tight ranges, they're tough to catch any trades, you know what I mean? Like I said, our short wasn't a bad short. I mean, we hit over a 1-to-1R. We just couldn't quite hit TP. We got trapped, and then, took a break even on that one. It is what it is, right? Like, either call it a day or we could have taken longs after we had this huge inversion play, which, like I said, that was the idea, but when we came up to this area, we just didn't really break it. So it's like, okay, we have a tight range. We can't really hit R, so like we're either gonna have to adjust our like we're either gonna have to take 1-to-1s, or we're gonna have to start adjusting our position size, stop size, and take profit size. Basically, what I mean by that is just like, if say we originally want to have a stop that's like this many ticks and a profit that's like this many ticks, um, we'll fucking adjust it, and like we'll say, okay, maybe we're gonna have to start taking our stops smaller, be way more precise on entries, have our take profits smaller, but then we'll have to adjust our position size. So, you know what I mean? It's just like, do I want to do that, or do I want to just be a lot more conservative with my trades? Maybe take 1-to-1s more frequently than usual, because in the past, like, I would always hit 2-to-1s on my winning trades. Like, 1-to-1s, barely ever, unless, like, I was in a trade for, like, 3 hours and market's about to close, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's like, we gotta think about that, because the amount of ticks that these ranges are, like, they're not enough for me personally to catch trades that like I like, you know what I mean? Like, I like to catch bigger moves, and I can see how like these tight ranges have been affecting like the trading, you know what I mean? Just this month, we all knew that this month was gonna be a little bit trickier, because it's end of the year, and like, I don't know. I knew it, but I just haven't really been prepared for it. So like, I feel like, see, today's Thursday, so potentially tomorrow. Let me just delete this. But I gotta clean up my charts, like I really do. But anyways, as I was saying, what was I saying? I was saying that these ranges, like, it's like we're either gonna have to adjust everything about like our position size, take profit and whatnot, or we're gonna just have to take 1-to-1s, or we're just gonna have to kind of sit out on a lot of days. And like, bro, I feel like with these longs, if we had gotten in like off of this candle, maybe like off of our retest and flip after we had this inversion off of this area, if we had this area even marked out, which we didn't, then like maybe we potentially could have caught. All right, my camera actually ran out of space, so what was I talking about? I looked back and I figured I was talking about like catching inversions or some shit like that. I don't know, but anyways, yeah. So I was also talking about like either potentially like changing my position size and my stop. So like, I'll always set a stop loss at around 7 points, and TP will be a little bit over 14 points. Like, bro, if we cut that in half, TP would be about 7 points, stops would be about like 3 points. That would be potentially like, we would be able to catch some wins, but then also it's like, with my strategy, I can't really have a stop that tight, you know what I mean? Unless I'm like, I don't know. It's tricky to think about, it's a lot of stuff that we're gonna have to think about. So I think that the best thing to do, rather than trying to just change everything up just because we're having a hard month, is to just manage these trades like I've been managing, except instead of like treating a break-even trade as like, oh, we don't have any more, like we didn't add any more drawdown to the day, just treat it as a break-even day and step off, you know what I mean? We still can stick to one trade a day, with break-evens, you know what I mean? And then, it does give us the opportunity, if we do see like a A++ setup, to actually go ahead and, take another trade. But I feel like the best thing to do is to just like manage these trades well, and realize and understand that a lot of these days during December, price action is not going to be moving that much, especially today. I mean, like, bro, we had PPI and unemployment claims that both came out very, very, very short of expectations, and we are still pumping. So it's like, yeah, it's like there's obviously a lot of sell pressure, I feel like, because of that, but we're still pumping. So it's just like, it's just kind of like that tug of war between buyers and sellers, and we haven't really been able to move as much as I would like. Like I keep saying, like, if you were patient enough and you really kind of had that initial idea, if you're bullish and you had this area marked out, then you would have most likely been able to catch a pretty clean trade using these inversions. But me, not quite the case. The sort of resistance area has been still kind of acting as at least, you know, a little rejection. My trading view lags behind, but if we look at like SPY, we're actually rejecting off this area again. So yeah, I mean, it's like, is this like the price action that I really want to be trading, knowing how tight this range is? You know what I mean? Like, we had a huge inversion, and we weren't able to actually push up to be anything meaningful, like literally. And it's actually tanking right now off of this fucking area that I marked out. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I guess it was a good thing that I got out of that long at break even in hindsight, because I don't think we would have actually hit R or TP or anything like that. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I don't know. The short that I took off of it, now obviously it's starting to play out a little bit. Like, it hasn't actually really played out at all, but we're still rejecting. So it's like it can potentially play out. But like, I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have taken it. I feel like I should have just called it a break-even day. Clearly price wasn't making these moves that I wanted to make. Pretty much. Like I said, when we measured it, the whole range of the day has been like 80 to 82 ticks or something like that. It's not really enough for me to catch moves that I really want to catch. You know what I mean? And so yeah, like, it's just, I want to see how many points it is, or whatever the price difference is. Where's the measuring tool here? It's like, if we even go from the top to bottom, like, let's see, it's only like, bro, it's only $19 difference, bro, like, on ES, bro. Like, that's basically like a little bit over a whole TP if we caught from like the bottom to the top, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, like, I'm not, this price action works for people who are looking for really small moves. For me, it's not really working that well, because we can't actually catch any days that have like any meaningful moves, to be honest. Like, so it would literally take me basically catching the bottom to the very top in order to catch like a full TP on longs. And like I said, shorts, hit 1-to-1 before reversing, so that obviously didn't work. And it's just like, it's just, you notice, like, your strategy doesn't work in particular instances of the market where we're just not moving as much. And that's where I'm kind of at right now, where it's like, my strategy doesn't work in these instances where we don't have as much big moves. And how I can adapt to that is either taking smaller R to R multiples, so taking 1-to-1s, or just like, I don't know, man, or just being way more patient and conservative with my trades, like I said yesterday. Not take as many, which is what I should have done today. I should have just taken the break even. The other thing I feel like is, until I start to see bigger moves in the markets, I should just, like, I shouldn't really focus as much as R to R, as much on the R to R as I should focus on getting in at good areas and then getting out at good areas. So for example, if we had just taken this long and then got out at the top of this area, maybe it would have hit a 1-to-1. It's possible up here. I don't actually remember, because I was in the fucking shower whenever we started pumping, so like I had set my TP and all that. But like I said, this area is clearly an area where buyers are having trouble breaking and sellers are pushing back at. So if we had focused on like the areas rather than the R to R, maybe we would be able to potentially catch a small win. Which, it is what it is. It's better to catch small wins than losses. But yeah, I mean, I think that the best thing I can do is take my trades and just manage them well. You know what I mean? Like, if we're looking for a big play and we catch an inversion, get out at break even. Don't even, like, if we miss out on the play, then so what? There's always opportunities in the markets. And like, just be prepared to not have like constant winning days. Be prepared to have more break even days, and like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just gonna be like a bit of a mindset switch, I feel like. So yeah, I think that's really all I had to cover with this, and I'll catch you guys in the outro. So yeah, guys, welcome to my outro. Yeah, today is unfortunate how the day played out, but I'm not like super upset about it because I feel like there's a lot of like, what's it called? What's the word? There's a lot of like learning from today. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of learning from today. Kind of like came to the conclusion, that like, hey, we got to manage our trades like a lot during this month until we get bigger moves because, what is the word? Because like the moves that we're getting during New York Sesh, they're just not. They're most of the time they're just not big enough for me to actually catch a clean trade. With what I'm usually looking for. I'm usually looking for about like 14, 15 points. How many ticks is that? I don't know. Usually like what? Trade will usually be around like 70 ticks maybe. I don't actually remember, to be honest. I'll measure, like I'll figure it out. But yeah, I usually had a pretty set amount of like points or ticks that I would usually be able to hit pretty consistently. Actually very consistently with my winners, and always have a set amount of points for my stop loss and stuff like that. So just to keep things consistent, you want to keep your wins consistent and your losses pretty consistent. But this month, it's looking like we're going to have to cut back on that and just manage these trades a lot better. Still try and take advantage of, like, setups, but just come to the understanding that, hey, we most likely are not going to actually have those runs that we're used to, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going to have to be very, very strict about managing our trades, which I did well today, but, like I said, I'm not really upset with what happened in the markets today. Bro, come on, bro. Like, okay, dude. Are you kidding me, bro? My short got fucking swept out, and now the markets are crashing, bro. Like, okay, whatever. Whatever, bro, whatever. Bro. Like, bro. Yeah. You gotta be fucking with me, bro. The markets, bro, they are something else, man. Yeah, so looks like we did miss out on a couple good plays. But you know what? Manage the trades well. That's all you can ask, really. Like, manage my trades well enough, at least to, I don't know. Maybe I should have just gone out for a break-even day. Like, bro, at the same time, bro, the setups were clean, Stop was just a little bit too low, guys. That is just, bro, that's so unfortunate, man. Yeah, well, it's the reality, bro, of trading, and particularly trading during December, bro. So, yeah, not off to a great start this month at all. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of, like, learning points to how to deal with stuff like this, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, upset, you know what I mean, about how today went down. I just think that it would have been better for me to take a break-even day. Obviously it would have been better for me to take a break-even day than a fucking red day, right? It's like no-brainer. But in the moment, I feel like I was just like, I don't know, I was just really trying to figure out, like, what are the markets going to do, Like, we've inversed this short that I had set up, Like, we hit over 121, which is great, but we didn't actually hit our full TP, so it didn't really matter. Took a break-even, and then tried some longs off the inversion, started having a huge rejection off of this area that I had marked out for shorts. That was like a significant enough rejection for a price to come from like almost a 121 in longs right back down to my break even entry. So like I got out, made like fucking $10, whatever, break even. And then yeah, we took that as a sign to go into shorts, but stop was just a little bit too low. We got stopped out, and now the markets are crashing out. Maybe they're not. I don't know. Waking back up right now off VWAP. Who knows, guys? Like, who knows? Like, this range is not enough for me to catch my usual moves, so yeah, it sucks. Also, bro, like, with the huge, like, bullish incentive, especially from yesterday, I should have taken into account how bullish CPI was, Yesterday's CPI was very bullish, and today the news was came very short of the forecasts and the previous numbers. So It's like, I don't know, bro. Markets are just indecisive, I think. Today, markets are just very indecisive. And so, yeah. But we prevented ourselves from crashing out today. And we managed our trades well. So, I guess, we did some good things, did some bad things. And, yeah. Unemployment claims, PPI got the best of us, it is what it is. Shit happens. Price action for my strategy, not the best. Like, yes, we got reactions, which is good. But they weren't able to actually follow through because of how mixed the fucking numbers are. I feel like from CPI yesterday, apparently, I mean, wasn't CPI actually pretty flat, to be honest? Like, let me check on Forex Factory real quick. CPI yesterday was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. Where's fucking CPI? Okay, CPI, boom. Yeah, forecast 3, actual 3, and then previous 2. Forecast for the year 2.7 is the actual forecast, 2.7 and previous 2.6. So yeah, I mean CPI was pretty flat. But it kind of just goes to show like everyone's very bullish. Which I mean it makes sense, I guess. But mixed reactions. Shorts just don't really end up running, but then neither do longs. So, yeah, that's where managing our trades comes in until we can actually catch these, or until we can actually have price action that moves. So, tomorrow's Friday. Will I trade Friday? I don't know. I tend to stay away from Fridays a lot, especially if we've had a very bad PA during the week. Which this week we've had better PA than last week. I definitely had some trouble, kind of like, what's the word? Adapting from last week to this week, but and still like the AM sesh has still been pretty choppy. But PM sesh has at least had some somewhat decent moves. Like what was it, either Tuesday I think, where it was Tuesday where AM sesh was just straight chop, and then during PM we had a pretty clean trend down. Yes, the candles were very small, but we did end up like if we had traded PM sesh, we would have been able to catch some pretty clean shorts. We'd just be in the trade for a while, but it is what it is. And then yesterday obviously CPI, bro. CPI was just a clean uptrend the whole day. But then we have like today where we had like numbers that came very short of the forecast and the previous numbers. So that's kind of fucking. Okay. Anyways, that's kind of just like, what's it called? Just kind of like put the markets at like a very indecisive point as of right now. So yeah. Anyways, pretty big yap sesh. I think it's fucking cold, bro. I gotta like go put a shirt on or some shit. But yeah, I mean, pretty big yap sesh. All of that to say, today today, 50-50. We did some good things, some bad things. We managed our trades well, and we've learned a lot. Like, taking 1-to-1s might be the play until, like, we get some better PA. Or, not, I keep saying, like, I keep trying to, like, it feels like I keep trying to blame price action, but it's really just, like, I haven't been reading. I haven't been adapting to the markets, you know what I mean? So, by better PA, I should just be saying until we get some bigger ranges during the day, you know what I mean? But yeah, all in all, I feel like I had the right idea, just my trades weren't running enough for me to take profits. So, and yeah, fortunately for us, we've sized down significantly. So we went from trading 4 micros to trading only 2 micros. So today we're down like $100 per account, which is it's like 100 or a little less. I don't know. It is what it is. It's actually a little bit heavy because like it should be down $75 if we're on 2 micros. Because the previous whatever was what's it called? Previous losses would be 150. So now new losses should be 75, and then profit targets should be 150 per account, where the previous ones were around 300. Just because I always keep it all pretty consistent in terms of the amount of points that I'm targeting. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we can start to get back into like the groove of things or whatever, and like get back in tune with the markets, and then size back up, and then start to eliminate some of these losses. But we're not gonna size up until I can actually prove to myself like I can be consistent during this month. You know what I mean? Because yeah, it's a little bit trickier just because of the size of these ranges and size of these moves. And like it's like, yeah, I don't know. But anyways, that's all for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and hopefully y'all traded better than I did today. My friend said he was also trying to get some shorts, and he had a red day. Bro, it's just like, yeah, it sucks, man. It's like, I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.